we got 5 questions on our warm-up today. It's going to kind of spiral in some old things and have a little bit of integers to practice with. So here's what you're doing today. You got 2 dividing fraction ones, 1 for the distributive property, and then there are 2 adding integers. So go ahead and take about 7 minutes. We'll go until 10:10. So go ahead and be working on those, please.
Can't 1 go into 6 times?
What?
Can't 1 go into 6 times?
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's one of the, I had trouble doing that one. Are we going to do fun quizzes too?
I do have a fun one pulled up. About 3 more minutes on this one.
I'm done. I kind of forgot how to do the negative integers, adding and subtracting.
That's all right. We're gonna go over it. But you can also use the notes, the PowerPoint that we did the past couple days. You can always pull up the notes and look at those too. Okay, about one more minute and then we'll review. Alrighty. I'm going to close out of this so that it shows my screen. All right. Can we see everything on the board? Or is it too high, too low? We're good?
It's
All
good.
good? Okay, so let's start with number one. First, we have 9/14 divided by 3/4. We have two fractions. We don't need to change anything. So what are the three letters I need to do? K, C, F. We keep 9/14 the same. What do I change division to become? Multiplication. And what do I flip 3/4 to? 4/3. And then we need to multiply. Straight across. What's 9 times 4? 36. And then 14 times 3? 42. Good. Now, am I done? Yes. Is my final answer 36/42? No. Why?
You can simplify.
Because we can simplify. What number goes into 36 and 42? 3, 2. There's a bigger one. What? No, not 10.
6.
6 goes into both.
I did 2 though.
You can go by 2s. You can go by 3s. It just takes a little bit longer. 6, we can do it in one time. What is 36 divided by 6?
6.
6. And what's 42 divided by 6?
7.
7. Can I simplify 6/7 any further?
No.
Nah. That's our answer. If you simplified by 2 multiple times, you would still end up with 6/7 eventually, right? Did anybody do that?
I did 2
Simplified it a few
times.
times.
Yeah, I did 2.
With 3 and 2. So yeah, still got 6/7, right? Doesn't matter how many times you have to simplify. As long as you are doing it until you get to the lowest terms, you're good. And then our next one, we have 3 divided by 1/2. We need to change this 3. It's a whole number. We need to make it an improper fraction. How do I do that? Put a 1 under it. Now we can do keep, change, flip. Keep 3/1 the same. What do I change division to? Multiplication. And what do I flip 1/2 to become? 2/1. Good. Now when I multiply straight across, what do I get? 6/1. What was it? Sorry. 6 over 1. Okay, so now I have 6 over 1. What does that mean? You have to simplify, but if I have any fraction that's over 1,
You have to divide.
yeah, you can divide 6 divided by 1 and you get 6. Or you can just get rid of the 1 because it's going to be 6. It's a whole number. Anytime that you put a number over 1 to make it a fraction, it's just the whole number. So our answer is 6. We'll circle it. Okay. Number 3, distributive property. Remember, you need to take the number on the outside and multiply it to both numbers on the inside. So what is 12 times 5? 60. And then we drop down the addition. What is 12 times 7? 84. And then we just add. 60 plus 84 is 144. Done. Okay. Now these next two are what we've been working on this week. So we're adding negative 12 plus negative 14. Do I have the same signs or different signs here?
Different.
A negative and a negative?
Oh, same.
They're the same. So we have a negative plus a negative. When I add together two of the same signs, you just add the numbers. So what's 12 plus 14?
26.
26. And since they're both negative, you just bring the negative sign over and you get a negative 26.
Okay, that's what I got.
Okay.
The next one I think is kind of the same as this one. Actually, it's the same, just without something.
Okay. Our next one. 9 plus negative 17. So positive 9 plus negative 17. Are my signs different or the same? They're different this time. So remember, it's a different process now. If they have different signs, you need to ignore the signs. So ignore the negatives and the positives. Take your bigger number, 17. Subtract your smaller number, which is 9. What is 17 minus 9? Not
8.
8. Okay. Then, because 17 was bigger, we need to take the sign of our bigger number and make it negative.
Oh, I wasn't even close. I added on that one.
So negative 8 is that one.
I added on that one.
So,
Wait, are we doing the quizzes first?
no, we're not doing the quizzes first. We're going to do a little bit of practice together first. Oh, this is the warm-up. We're just getting ready for math. Okay. So, while we were doing that, we had an assignment post on Google Classroom. What was it called? Cool, thank you guys. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna talk about these ones all together. I think there's 5 questions on it. So on Google Classroom, we had an assignment under math called Integers Whole Group Practice. Everybody has their own document, so everybody needs to open it up and follow along. You can type exactly what I typed. We're going to talk through each problem and how we write these equations, but now we're going to be talking about it in terms of word problems. Okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit and give you guys about 30 seconds to get this document opened up, please. Okay, so we're opening up our integers whole group practice. We're going to go through these together, and we'll do some quizzes.
Is this our assignment for the day?
No, this is not the assignment. There will be an assignment that does post later, though.
Is it like the stuff we did yesterday, kind of that kind of quiz?
No, it's going to be more about what we do today. So it's going to be word problems.
I mean, is the test going to look like how it was yesterday?
Yes, it'll be a Google form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I like those better.
Okay, so we have number one here. Well, first off, for the directions, it says to write a mathematical sentence, which means you're just going to write an addition or subtraction problem. But then we also need to solve the problems. So the temperature in Chicago was 11 degrees Fahrenheit. If I say it's 11 degrees, is that a positive temperature, a negative temperature? Positive, because it's a positive number.
Because it's
So-
Fahrenheit.
Well, no, because it doesn't have a negative in front of it. If it was negative, it would have the dash in front of it to make it negative. Fahrenheit is just the type of system that the U.S. follows. That's kind of
Wait,
dumb.
is Celsius the same thing as Fahrenheit, just in a different country?
Say that again, Dylan.
Is Celsius like lower than 0?
Celsius just uses a different scale, so they start theirs at a
I
different.
use the metric system. Is that part of the metric system?
It is part of the metric system. Yep. We also know that this is positive because usually when you hear something like a negative temperature, it'll be like 11 degrees below 0, 11 below, negative 11 degrees, okay? So the temperature in Chicago starts out at 11 degrees Fahrenheit at 9 p.m. Overnight, the temperature dropped 15 degrees. If my temperature drops, is it going to go up or down? Down. And if it goes down, am I going to add or subtract things?
Subtract.
Subtract, okay? So we need to figure out what the temperature is in the morning. So we know, I'm going to type it down here. We know that we start off at 11 degrees, a positive 11, okay? And you guys just told me that if the temperature drops, we're going to subtract how much it dropped. How much did it drop? 15 degrees. So we have the problem 11 minus 15. We can put an equal sign at the end of that. Okay, so this is our initial problem. 11 minus 15. So now we need to do subtracting integers here. This is what we learned yesterday that kind of changes a little bit, right? So from here, we need to do keep, change, change. Do you guys remember what that stood for? Well, KCC, keep, change, change.
Keep the number before, change the sign to a subtraction, and then change it. If it's a positive, change it to a negative. If it's a negative, change it to a positive.
Regular 15. Okay, so Dallin is correct. We need to keep our first number the same. Why am I overthinking it? Well, we're subtracting, not adding. So, because we're subtracting, it has to
Can we write out the whole problem on our thing?
Yeah, we're going to write all the steps out. So step 1 is to write the initial problem, 11 minus 15. Then we need to do our keep, change, change. Keep 11 the same, change subtraction to become addition. This is a positive 15, so what's the opposite of a positive 15? A negative 15. So our new problem when we rewrite our subtraction, remember subtracting integers, you essentially just take the subtraction problem and change it to addition. You never actually subtract the integers, you always change it to addition. So 11 plus a negative 15. And now we end up with, I don't know if you guys can see it behind me still, a problem like this, where we have a positive number plus a negative number. So we have to do this process where we take our bigger number. What's our bigger number, 11 or 15? 15. And then subtract our smaller number, which is what? Negative. And what does 15 minus 11 equal? Negative 4. Well, before we make it negative, it just equals 4, right? But you guys say it's negative. Why is it negative? Good. Because this 15 is negative, that makes our answer negative. So if we were to write this out, what is the temperature in the morning? Good. In the morning.
Negative 4.
The temperature is -4 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, I'm sure it's Fahrenheit. I don't know what you're suggesting. Okay. No, you don't have to write that. I'm just writing it out for you. But that's our first problem. Kind of a lot. There's a lot of steps to these. So my main suggestion is to take it slow. Have the notes open so that you can just follow the steps over and over again. Okay.
Do we write out in the morning the temperature is 4 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Yes, Charlie. No, you can just write this final sentence right. I just need to know that the answer is -4. Okay. So there's our first problem. Let's go look at number 2. I don't know why I did that. Okay, number 2 says, the snail climbed 5 inches to the surface of the ground and then continued up the backyard wall 24 inches to the top. How many inches upward did the snail climb from its underground home? So, where did it start?
5 24 times.
Huh?
Wouldn't we have to subtract 5 24 times?
No, that'd be too much.
Yeah, wouldn't we have to, but wait, so we'd subtract 5 by 24 or 24 by 5?
We're gonna do some adding here, actually.
Let's see.
I'm gonna draw it behind me. Can you guys still see behind me a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have a snail. If this is the surface of the ground, right? This is the ground, which is 0. It looks great, right? It's good. If the snail had to climb 5 inches up to the surface, did it start below ground or above ground? Below. It starts down here at 5 feet below ground. So, or -5, right? 5 feet below. It traveled up these 5 feet to get to the ground, and then it went up a wall. That's how tall?
24
inches. Good. Or 24 feet, whatever it is. Am I talking? Oh, I'm supposed to be in inches. That would be a very strong snail. Yes. Inches.
He's the strongest animal. He carries his own house on his back.
That's true. He does carry his own house on his back. He's already strong.
Yeah.
So we know that the snail started down here. It went up 5 inches, and then it went up another 24 inches. We need to figure out how far it went total. How could I figure out how far it went all together? We just need to add.
Yeah, you have to add. Wouldn't you add -5 plus 24?
Well, we don't need to do -5 because it went up 5, so it's a positive in this case.
But doesn't he start below though?
He does, but he went up 5.
Oh, okay. Do you still add just like 5 by 24?
Yep, we're just adding 5 plus 24 on
It's
this
easy.
one. Yep, just to see how far. But no, I did not talk about that yet. So, yeah. So what is 5 plus 24? 29 inches. Okay. Alrighty. Number 3 has to do with money. This is the one that usually goes really well because you guys use money often enough to understand the concept of money and all those fun things. Because money is kind of fun.
It's not fun. It's amazing.
It's amazing. All right.
Can't have enough of it
Yeah, that's true. You can't have enough of it, but
unless you get bored of having it.
I don't think people get bored of having money. If they did, they would just hand it out. So people like Jeff Bezos wouldn't be a billionaire. He could probably solve world hunger, but no.
You just throw it like that everywhere.
No. They got Prime Day. Yesterday, he probably made billions of dollars. Okay, anyway, that's really off topic. Number 3, Maria had $124 in her savings account. She received $45 for her birthday. So if she received that money, did she get it or spend it? She got it. She's receiving. She's getting $45.
It's for her to keep.
And then she's spending $12 on a new top. So is she getting the money in that case or getting rid of it? Getting rid of money. She's spending money. And then she deposited the rest in the bank account. So how much did she have after all of that? That's what we're going to figure out. Okay, so she starts off with how much money? Oh, before that, in her savings account. Okay, $124 to start off with. You guys said that she is getting $45. So if you're getting that money, are you adding or subtracting it?
You're adding. And then
we're gonna add that money. So before we even do the 12 part, let's add this together. What is 124 plus 45?
$169.
$69. Okay. Wow, I don't know why the spacing in this is so weird, but I don't know why it's so weird. Sorry. So now after she has received that money, she has $169. But then she goes to the mall and she's going to spend that money. So is we going to add $12 or subtract $12?
Subtract, which makes it $157.
Good. We're going to subtract $12, and Dallin is correct. When you subtract it, you get $157 in her bank account. Oh, not a 4. Sorry, I meant to put it. There you go. 4,000. Wouldn't that be nice if suddenly it went from 157 to 4,157? I know. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just go in our bank account and be like, oh, I accidentally typed a 100 in front of all my money. Okay, so this one we didn't really have to use any positive and negative integers. It was just positive adding and subtracting. It's not always that easy, but in this case, she never went negative in her bank account, right? She just added and subtracted some stuff. This is usually how people spend their life. Some people are unfortunate enough to have to go into those negatives, though. That's what we call debt. Debt is not fun.
You know all about that.
I don't have any debt. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any debt. If you go in debt, you have to pay it back, yes.
And if you go in debt, like if your bank account goes negative, they charge you because
yeah. So if your bank account goes below $0, they're like, oh no, you have no money in your account. We're gonna take $35 more from you, and then you go $35 more negative, which is one of the stupidest concepts I think I've ever heard. But you know, they do that to you when you're an adult. Alrighty. When you're a kid, it'll still happen. If you have a bank account, they'll still do it to you. If you don't have enough money in your bank account, doesn't matter how old you are, they're still going to take out your money.
Yeah, what mom used to pay her phone bill.
Yeah.
Took it out of her bank and she didn't pay it.
Yep. They just, if you have it automated, it'll just take it right out for you. Okay. But number 4, we have 2 more and then we'll do the quizzes. And if we keep talking, we're not going to get to them. So let's do these 2. Yeah, it's Miss Dolphin's fault. She's distracting me. Number 4, the submarine was traveling 175 feet below sea level. Below sea level means it's going to be negative, right? Then it receives orders to ascend 85 feet. What does it mean to ascend?
To go up.
Go up. Oh wow, I didn't mean to put that in caps. Really important. We go up.
That would have been better though. That way we know where it is.
Mm-hmm. So we start at 175 feet below sea level. We're going to go up 85 feet to avoid hitting an underground mountain. And then once you're past that mountain, the submarine then descends 115 feet. What does it mean to descend?
Go down.
Perfect. Then we're
Go
going to go
down.
down 115 feet and continue at that depth. So we need to figure out where that submarine stops. So I'm going to draw behind me again a little bit, just to give us a visual. So we have sea level way up here, right? There's the top of the sea. Where does our submarine start? Is
175
it positive or negative?
Negative.
feet. Positive. Oh, wait.
Well, if we're below sea level, we're starting at negative 175.
So then the answer would be a negative number.
Our answer will be
Okay.
negative, yes.
Which is kind of.
We are below the ocean. It's the same
I'm
thing.
gonna draw a
Kylie.
picture of an ocean.
This is like 0 for everything.
Yeah.
Even like mountains and anything above ground is above the sea level. They just need a like platform to call 0 to then determine positive or negative.
Mhm. So we start at negative 175, right? Then it ascends, goes up 85 feet, right? So we need to go up 85. So what is our number sentence going to be for that? If we're ascending 85, we start at negative 175. If we go up, am I adding or subtracting? We are
Adding.
adding.
I made a submarine underwater.
Okay, we're going to be adding 85 here. So now let's figure that out before we talk about the submarine going back down in the water, right?
It'd be fun to go down in the water like that.
Yeah, no thank you. I'm good.
It sounds amazing. Think of all the cool stuff you could see, though.
I'm good still. Okay, so now we need to do our adding and subtracting integers. So we are adding integers here. Is negative 175, or we have negative 175 and 85. Are they the same sign or different signs? They're different, so that means we need to take our bigger number. What's the bigger number? So we need
175.
to take 175 and subtract our smaller one. What's the smaller one?
85.
85. What is negative 175, or sorry, 175 minus 85? Good. 90. But we're not done yet, because does it make sense for this submarine to suddenly be 90 feet above sea level in the air? Really? Submarines fly in the air? No.
No, they fly underwater.
So if this is underwater, is this a positive or negative 90? Negative 90. So if we go back to our drawing, this submarine went up 85 feet and is now sailing at negative 90 feet. That's where we're at, right? Okay. So, oh, not what I meant to do. Sorry. So we're at negative 90, but then our submarine has to go back down 115 feet. So are we going to go up 115 or down 115? Down. This thing's going to come all the way down.
Wouldn't you add that, though, or subtract?
If we subtract it, we're going to subtract 115, right? We're
Yeah.
going down,
But you'd have to put that first.
but now we're doing subtracting integers, so we got to do our keep, change. So we start at 90 feet below sea level. We're going to descend and go down 115, so we're going to subtract it.
Wait, wouldn't you have to change 115 to a negative 115?
Well, we are
Or-
going to do that because when,
Oh, wait, it's already negative, though, then.
no, it's not negative.
Because you go back down 115. You go
We are
over.
going down, but we're just subtracting 115 feet. So this sign right here is subtraction. But when we subtract integers, we do our keep, change. So we keep 90, negative 90 the same. What do I change my subtraction sign to?
Adding.
Addition. And what does my positive 115 change to? Well, it's already
Positive.
positive. So it changes to negative.
Oh.
Mhm. So now we have our new problem, which is a negative number plus a negative number. How do I add numbers that have the same sign? Not subtract. We just add the two numbers together. So what is 90 plus 115? 205.
Negative 205,
Right.
right?
And both numbers are negative, so it must stay a negative 205. So its final depth is at negative 205 feet. Okay. That was a fun one. Kind of a long one, right?
Yes. And you gotta talk about submarines. I
And
wonder
now
if they
we
have an
have-
underwater subway,
I don't know for sure.
like the restaurant subway.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean for all the fish.
Yeah. Alrighty. One last problem, and then we'll do quizzes. So we have the city of Tucson is 2,643 feet above sea level. So we are
Can we
above
try this
ground.
one on our own?
No, we'll do this one together because you'll have your independent work later to do.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So Tucson is above sea level. Okay, so it's right here. If the ground is down here, Tucson is up here. At how many feet? What is it?
2,643.
643. Good. And then we have a plane that's traveling way up here. Here's my plane. And it's how high above the ground?
18,500 feet.
18,500 feet. We need to know how far above the plane is traveling from Tucson. How do I figure this out? I need to figure out how far this distance is between the two. Well, if we add, you're going to get a bigger number. We need to subtract these ones. Take the 18,500, subtract 2,643, and we'll figure out what the distance is between this. Okay, so take about 2 minutes, figure out that subtraction problem. I'm going to type it out down here. So we're doing 18,500 minus 2,643. To figure out the distance between Tucson and the plane.
15,357.
I'm hearing a couple different answers, so I'm going to do it as well right over here.
I got 15,767.
I got this. Anybody else get this?
Yeah, I did.
I got
What is it?
15,857. Anybody else get that one too?
I got 15,767.
You might have just done a little bit of subtraction wrong.
Wait, did you cross out the 0?
Yeah, and it becomes a 9.
Oh, I crossed out the 5 2 times.
Only cross it out once. Is this what you guys do?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Miss Daphne and I got the same answer. So we're gonna go with this one. It's 15,000. What is it? 857 feet. That's how many feet there are between where Tucson is and how high the plane is flying. Okay, that's how far above Tucson the plane is. Once you have typed this out and you're all good, you can turn this page in so I know that you're following along. And don't leave yet. We will do some quizzes. I'm just going to give you guys about 2 minutes to finish typing things out. Remember yesterday when you asked me if I got a call from Martha McSally?
You did?
About 3 hours later yesterday, yeah. It was weird.
Did you get the voicemail?
Yeah.
I did this.
I voted for it, but it didn't pass.
So I did it. I'm gonna say this one.
I like that.
That's what I choose.
Alrighty. So I think a lot of you guys are finishing that up. I'm gonna go to quizzes. You guys can still see my screen, correct? Okay. And I'm going
Yeah.
to put up the game code. And please use your first name and your last initial. Keep it appropriate. And go ahead and join the quizzes. This is a 20-question one, so it's kind of long. I'm going to give you guys some time to work on it. Probably like, not a ton of time. Probably like 10 minutes. But so go ahead and get in as quick as possible, please.
That's a new background.
It's probably because it's October, so it's Halloween time. Spooky, spooky.
True.
It's
16:47:26. 16:27:46.
I'll be the bed player.
Yeah.
Miss John. Miss John. Miss Daphne, I don't think I can get on the quizzes.
what you're saying?
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get on the quizzes because I have to like download it on my iPad. My
Okay,
sister's
that's
using
okay.
she's on her class, so I don't think I can be able to get on the quiz.
Okay, can you open it like in a web browser on your iPad?
I'll try.
Okay, try that.
Okay.
Can I click out Dangerous Potato, whoever that is? Okay.
It's me because those are my initials.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, you're playing as me? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get going because I want to give you guys some time. I'm gonna give you guys about.
You should play Miss Jones.
Okay, well, we'll do the fun one tomorrow before review class because we're not gonna have time because we have to go to lunch in about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna give you guys about 10 minutes total. And here we go.
Miss Jones, it's not letting me get into the quizzes on here.
Then you might just have to skip the quizzes today.
Oh man, but that's like the funnest thing about our class.
Sorry.
Okay.